welcome to another episode of Living with Purpose. We have a extraordinary person today, Mr. Stephen Ritz, who is a principal at a school at the Bronx, and he is also the founder of the Green Bronx Machine, which is essentially teaching kids how to live a life full of sustainability, and in doing so with growing food, learn and show up with purpose. So, Stephen, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. It's a pleasure to be here wherever you are. I could not be more excited to be here today, and you hit the nail on the head. Purpose is our inner light, and each and every one of us have the power to turn it on. And my purpose is simple: to grow high performing public schools and happy, healthy children through the art and science of growing vegetables.
So just so for our audience, can you tell a little bit about who is Stephen?
Sure. So let me be clear. I've been both asked to graduate and work elsewhere throughout my illustrious career. However, I am the founder of Green Bronx Machine, which is known as the top 10 health and wellness organization in the world, according to the Harkin Institute. But at Green Bronx Machine, which was born out of the simple belief that people who are apart from success can be a part of it in ways that benefit 100% of society, we have found our way to a greener, brighter, greater, healthier future through initiatives related to environmental sustainability, food justice, food sovereignty, and economic entrepreneurship. And then decided to take it a step further by coming up with curriculum that would be used in elementary schools and then middle schools and high schools across the country that encourages the consumption of more fresh fruits and vegetables along with the cultivation of them. So I like to say we grow vegetables, our vegetables grow students, our students grow schools, and our schools grow resilient communities. But we're now in over 900 schools across the country. We've grown in the Bronx alone 300,000 pounds of vegetables. And on any given day, over 300,000 students and 10,000 teachers across the nation and around the world are using our program. And we're proud to release a new documentary called Generation Growth, which is www.generationgrowthfilm.com, or you can see it on you can see the trailer on the Green Bronx Machine website. So things are just absolutely amazing.
So, Stephen, talk a little bit about your school.
So
you are a principal of the school.
So I'm not the principal. No. I'm not the principal of the school. Our school exists. Our organization, Green Bronx Machine, is headquartered at Community School 55 in the poorest congressional district in America. We are co-located within the school. And a little bit about our community. We are the poorest congressional district in America and the least healthy county in all of New York City and the poorest performing school district in all of New York State. And our school outperforms using our curriculum in the school as kind of an incubation lab, if you will. We've been able to not only help transform that school, but dozens of schools across New York City and hundreds of schools across the world. And in our school, in the middle of public housing, 4 stories up in a walk-up 115-year-old building, we grow vegetables and high-performing kids and generate outstanding teacher professional development, pedagogy, a kids' TV show. You name it, we do it. We've even got the most productive outdoor garden per square foot in all of New York City with a chicken rescue program.
There you go. So I met Stephen in Luxor, Egypt, when we were both speaking at a conference, and Stephen kind of came in with his cheese hat, talking about how you can achieve by creating healthy eating habits and starting from schools where kids learn to grow food and then consume healthy meals, and in doing so live a life of sustainability. So Stephen, talk a little bit about your purpose. Why do you think purpose is important? And then how are you living a life of purpose?
Super. So listen, purpose is what gets us up and out of bed in the morning and keeps us moving to higher ground. For me, it's not about sustainability. It's about restoration and regeneration and growing something greater. So each and every day, I want to do something that I've never done before, touch one more child that I've never been able to reach, and leave the world a little better than I found it each and every day. And I found the easiest way to do it is not through white papers and massive events or huge policies, but rather by doing something that you can do each and every day and doing it again and spreading that goodness, because every drop fills the cup. So my purpose centers around happy, healthy children, high performing schools, taking care of myself, in my own regard. I went from being an aspiring NBA athlete, never made it, to over 300 pounds, in 20 years, simply by eating the food that was in my community. Became a diabetic, heart condition, was 330 pounds. Was looking at having a series of surgeries and you name it. And lo and behold, I was able to reverse all of that simply by eating the food that I grow with children in school. So I like to say I'm bringing healthy back to myself, to my community. I've become a role model. And it's funny, even in Egypt, I have helped to build the largest rooftop school farm in the entirety of the nation that grows thousands of pounds of food right in Egypt. So it's really been one child at a time, one classroom at a time, one school at a time, a mission to change the way children live, learn, and eat. Because children will never be well read if they're not well fed. I don't care where you are. You won't put vinegar in your Porsche. And for me, the most important school supply in the world is food, because children who are fueled for performance and understand what food is, where it comes from, and how to sustain it in themselves will be far more productive citizens in the world. And that's what this is about, growing something greater. So I've become a seed spreader and a peace promoter by growing plants and growing children.
I cannot match your level of energy, Stephen.
Eat
I
more
don't know
plants,
how you
eat less
do.
chicken.
I don't eat less chickens. Eat your veggies. I
Right?
get that. I get that. So that's a great message, right? Hey, listen, to every single one of us can find a purpose,
For sure.
a purpose that you can focus on, whether it is for yourself and improving yourself, whether it is how you show up in the community. But I think more importantly, in whatever you do, how do you bring the rest of the community along so that this is not just you focusing on yourself and the me, but you also move to the greater good, the common good, the collective good, and the we. And I think what Stephen has shown us in his work with the Green Bronx Machine is to go on that path where it is both personal improvement and leading to community improvement, which leads to a larger national improvement because you're actually creating a movement. I think what is also very important to see is that Stephen has launched a movement around healthy eating with children taking the charge of growing their own food. So, Stephen, just give me one example of how you've used purpose to overcome adversity.
Listen, I will share with you that, my wife and I sadly have buried some of our own children. That's something that can absolutely devastate someone. But we were absolutely determined to use that moment to make sure that our son's legacy far exceeded his time on earth. And instead of, withdrawing inward, we reached outward and started engaging people and communities, because we weren't alone. There's a lot of people with a lot of pain. But when you turn that pain into purpose and tragedy into triumph, that's where you find your purpose. And if you can align it to something that also serves a greater good in society, wow. It's amazing how these little things add up. You hit the nail on the head. Showing up is very, very powerful. Uh, I still don't even know the formula of photosynthesis, and I kill a lot more plants than I grow, but I only post pictures of the living one. And my mindset is, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. It's just that simple. So that's how, and if you do one thing and do it well, do it again. And that's really how this work or any purpose movement starts. It's not about leading. It's not about following. It's about consistency and being there. And definitely, it's never been about the me. It's always been about the we. I think you always think about how could anything that I do in life that is impactful become scalable, replicable, and easily imitated. And if you follow those parameters, man, amazing things will happen. Look at me. I keep falling up the ladder of success despite myself. And I can't wait to get out of bed each and every morning. The cool thing is, my children do all the work, my students do all the work, and I get all the credit. I'm here talking to you in Mexico while they're, knocking it out in the Bronx, and California, and Philadelphia, and LA, and Texas, and Baltimore, all around the country.
So, Stephen, to end our time, share with us and our listeners one golden nugget that you live your life with.
My one golden nugget is this. I'm going to tell each and every one of you out there to dance like nobody's watching each and every day. Get up in the morning and dance like nobody's watching, but send emails mindful and text messages mindful that they'll probably wind up on the front page of the New York Times. And if you live your life like that, amazing things will happen. The one nugget I'd love to share is if you're looking for some inspiration, please go check out our new film, Generation Growth, at www.generationgrowthfilm.com, and do something today that you and your future self will be proud of. And I guarantee you'll be happy. And if not, watch, rinse, repeat, and do something else.
Stephen, thank you so very much for being on our show. To our listeners, continue to listen at Living with Purpose podcast. Purpose, I believe, is that renewable source of energy that drives humanity forward. And in doing so, he's not only renewing himself, but he's that renewable source of energy that is driving humanity forward through regeneration, restoration, and sustainability, and healthy eating and healthy living. Stephen, thank you so very much.
Thank you. I can't wait to share this with everybody. Whenever it comes out, send me the link. I snapped a screenshot of it, and I'm going to quote you on LinkedIn. Talk to you soon, buddy.
Take care. Enjoy Mexico. Bye.
Adios. See you soon.
Adios.